Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will go through my favorite games from 2018. I played lots of great, brilliant games this year, and it was actually pretty hard to decide 5 that were the absolute best. The games on this list are here because they moved me in a very special way. They made me think and feel. They were somehow very unique, all around well made and fun to play, and they also have a really good replay value. At number 5 we have Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 4. Chapter 4 was compact, scary and interesting. The pacing of it was on point. Puzzles, they weren't too easy, but there was always an intuitive solution to them. The boss encounters, they were challenging without taking forever to finish. And of course, the coolest scene in the whole game, in my opinion, the Bendy beating up the Protectionist, is in this chapter. As a whole, Bendy and the Ink Machine is a very well-made game. It has good writing, very unique visual style, great sound design, and it certainly has raised the standards and expectations for indie horror games yet to come. The Chapter 4 is my favorite chapter in the whole game, and that is why it is on this list. At number 4 we have 2 titles, because I just couldn't make up my mind which one of them was better, and they both deserve to be on this list. These two have quite a lot in common, but their execution is very, very different. These games are Lydia and Tomorrow Don't Come. They both tackle very heavy issues. They are both very short experiences meant to be played at one go all the way through, and they both leave the player feeling like shit. These are not fun games, but these are important games, and I feel that every Let's Player out there should play through these both. Lydia is a horror game dealing with adults' alcoholism from a child's perspective. The visual style is like from a children's book, except with a color palette that is mostly of blacks and grays. Lydia uses her imagination to cope with the scary situation she's in, and the mood throughout the game is really distressing and heavy and sad. Lydia actually won 2 categories in Finnish Game Awards earlier this year, the Best Creative Achievement and People's Choice, and those awards are definitely deserved. Congratulations. Tomorrow Don't Come, on the other hand, is a very minimalistic game about depression. It uses weird puzzles to illustrate and simulate what being depressed is actually like, and without going too deeply into my own mental health history or experience, the scenarios and the language in the puzzles, they felt very familiar, and this was a very powerful experience. Tomorrow Don't Come is a game that everyone and anyone who have a friend or family member going through depression should play, just to get a little bit of insight to what is going on in the depressed person's mind. At number 3 we have Forgotten Anne. Forgotten Anne is a story-driven puzzle platformer with absolutely gorgeous Ghibli-style visuals. The voice acting is brilliant, the world and the story are very interesting and very unique. Forgotten Anne raises questions about free will and humanity, and it draws subtle parallels to human rights questions. The flying mechanic is really, really fun, and the characters we meet along the way are diverse and well written. There are a few instances in which a note "this might have gone differently" pops up, and in the end there is a very big, very significant choice to be made. So all that implies that there are more than one ways to play the game through and more than one ending available. I haven't replayed this yet, but I definitely intend to. At number 2 we have Tokyo Dark. This point-and-click psychological horror game got me hooked right away. Tokyo Dark follows Detective Ayami Ito, who is pursuing her partner who is missing, and a girl who is supposed to be dead but isn't. Subtle visual details like, for example, portraying faceless crowd as literal shadows, highlights Ayami's loneliness in the situation, and it adds a very nice touch of paranoia and unreal feeling. Soundtrack of this game is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, one of the best game soundtracks I've ever listened to. Horror elements are well paced and effective. Reason why this isn't number one is that there are a couple of rather long expositional dialogue bits that got a little bit too complicated in my opinion. But despite that, after I played this through the first time, I immediately played it again. And then again, and again, finding pretty much all the different endings, not only for Ito, but for some NPCs as well. And my favorite game in 2018, it was Monster Prom. Monster Prom is a dating simulator at its purest. The only goal in the game is to find a date to the prom in 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the length of the game you choose at the beginning. It is delightfully inappropriate in so many ways, but it's also very self-aware. There's a lot of clever humor, a lot of social commentary and references to other games and pop culture in general. One playthrough of Monster Prom is fairly quick, and the romance, for once, isn't horrible. This is a game that I've played through countless of times, trying to get all the achievements and secret endings. After the initial release, there have been a few updates that added new events, new endings to the game, and the next update is on its way as we speak. All of that adds to the replay value and is one of the reasons why Monster Prom is number one on my list. Also, the developers are super nice in Twitter. This is a well-written, inappropriate, horrible, and hilarious game that the feminist social justice rogue inside me enjoyed and keeps on enjoying to this day. And this concludes my list of the best games of 2018 in my opinion. Do you agree with the list, or do you have some other favorites that I didn't include here? Are there some games that you would like to see me play on this channel in the future? Share your thoughts down in the comments. And with this, I wish you a wonderful New Year's celebration. Have fun and be safe out there. And more importantly, I hope you have a great year 2019.